Hey, welcome. We live in this incredibly interconnected world where pretty much every single action creates some kind of ripple effect. So, if you're trying to lead a team or build something that lasts, figuring out those connections, well, it's everything. Today, we're going to dive into a really powerful combo of skills that can help you not just see that big picture, but actually inspire the people who are part of it.
Right. So that brings us to the big question for any leader today. How in the world do you navigate all this complexity? How do you build organizations that aren't just efficient, but are also super resilient and innovative? Well, it turns out the answer is all about combining two very different but totally crucial ways of thinking. Okay, so the first piece of the puzzle is all about developing a brand new perspective. I want you to think of it like getting the architectural blueprint for the world around you. It's about training your brain to see the entire system, not just the little individual pieces.
And that, right there, is what we call systems thinking. It's a huge shift in how you see things. So instead of just running over to fix the one squeaky wheel, you actually take a step back and look at the whole machine. You know how all the gears and levers and parts are interacting. You start to see the hidden patterns and connections that are really driving what's going on.
And when you start thinking this way, the benefits are huge. The biggest shift is that you go from being reactive to being proactive. You start spotting problems before they even happen and designing solutions that are built to last. For teams, this is an absolute game changer. I mean, when everyone gets how their little piece of the puzzle connects to the bigger picture, you unlock this incredible sense of alignment and collaboration.
But here's the catch, right? Systems aren't just made of code or machinery or processes. They're made of people. And to navigate that human element, you need a completely different kind of intelligence.
This is where emotional intelligence, or EQ, comes into the picture. What I love about this definition is how active it is. See, it's not just about having feelings, it's the ability to actually perceive, understand, and manage them, both in yourself and in other people, to guide how you think and act. Now, EQ is built on these 5 interconnected skills. And the order here really matters. It all has to start inward, with self-awareness, really getting a handle on your own emotional triggers. From there, you can work on self-regulation. Only after that can you truly motivate yourself and then extend that understanding to others through empathy. And finally, use all of that to build trust and develop strong social skills. You see, leaders with high EQ are basically masters of that human element. They can build these really strong connections based on trust and understanding, which lets them navigate tough conversations, truly inspire their teams, and maybe most importantly, make much better, more objective decisions because they're aware of how emotions can cloud our judgment. Okay, so now we've got our 2 key ingredients. We have the blueprint for understanding complexity, and we have the human insight to navigate it. So what happens when we put them together? Well, this is where things get really powerful.
And you can see right here how perfectly these two ideas complement each other. Systems thinking gives you the what. It's the map of all those complex interactions. But emotional intelligence gives you the how, the tools to actually work with the human beings that make that system tick.
So when you take that structural big picture understanding and you combine it with a deep, empathetic human awareness, you don't just get a better process. You create a true catalyst for change. This combination is so much more powerful than either skill on its own. It empowers a leader to literally transform an organization from the inside out.
Because really, one without the other is just incomplete. Think about it. A pure systems thinker might design a technically perfect process that totally ignores what actually motivates people. And on the flip side, a super empathetic leader who doesn't see the whole system might solve one person's problem while accidentally creating a much bigger one somewhere else.
What this combination really creates is a whole new kind of leader, the emotionally intelligent systems thinker. This is the person who can be both the architect and the coach, the strategist and the connector. They are the master builders of organizations that are truly adaptive and resilient.
And just imagine for a second what a leader like this can actually achieve. They don't just put out fires, they diagnose the real root causes of problems. They build cultures of trust where people feel safe enough to take risks and innovate. They create systems that are not just efficient, but are actually positive and sustainable, which is what ultimately helps their organizations thrive in our constantly changing world.
At the end of the day, it really boils down to this. Blending a deep understanding of systems with a genuine intelligence about people, it's not just a nice to have, it's the absolute key. This is how you unlock the full human potential inside any complex system.
So I'll leave you with a question to think about. Look at your own world, your work, your team, maybe even your community. What system that you're a part of could be totally transformed by seeing the whole picture and truly understanding the people within it? Thanks for joining me.